Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Love After Lockup. This is season 3, episode 41, and it was titled Sex Dolls and Booty Calls. Child, this episode was a mess, and I was here for it. You know, a couple days late, but I was here for it. Don't judge me. Anyway, y'all, before I jump into this recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. All right, let's jump into this episode. Who we gonna start with first, child? Let's start with Courtney and Josh, because they really ain't have a lot. So she coming in there and she fussing about video games. So she fussing because he on the video games all day, every day, and he not really doing nothing in the house. So she's seeing like a different side of him, and she like, well, you could have did this in your pie all day, and here you come doing the same thing that you was doing up in jail. So she heads out the house, and we find her in a wedding dress shop. So it's this little wedding dress shop, and her friend meets her up there. Child, she telling us that, you know, he hasn't been the same or whatever. Like, he hasn't, like, they've been arguing and fussing and stuff like that. But yet she feels as though buying the wedding dress gonna solve all that, and them having a real marriage is gonna solve all that. I said, girl, if he acting this way and y'all did the marriage by proxy, how you think he gonna act when y'all do a wedding together in person? Like, that ain't gonna change. That's like when people have a baby or they get engaged and they think some shit gonna happen. No. The person's still gonna be a cheater, or they gonna still be a bum, or they still gonna do the same shit they was doing before you asked them to marry them. Like, stop playing with me. Anyway, she tells us that he about to parole to the cousin's house soon, because remember, he was only supposed to stay there until he quarantined. So quarantine is 14 days, and she said he was there for, okay, so he was almost there for 14 days. So their quarantine about to be up. I wonder if he just doing this because he about to leave, so he nervous because he about to leave, or I don't know. But if when they separate or whatever, he could be gone for about 3 years, up to 3 years. They don't really know how long they could be separated while he paroling and stuff like that, but it can be up to 3 years. Anyway, the friend asked her, you know what, how everything going? She was like, well, you know, I'm frustrated because he don't do anything. Like, he just sit there and literally play video games until it's time for him to go to sleep. And she was like, well, how the sex? She was like, well, we had sex, you know, a couple times. I said, a couple times. And he been out for almost 14 days. And he ain't had nothing. And how many years he said? Like, and it's only been a couple days. Something ain't right. So she was like, because he just be too tired, or he don't want to be bothered, and it really hurts my self-esteem. I bet it do, because he don't want to touch you. He'd rather touch that controller. Now, if he touching the controller and he touching me, I ain't got no problems. But he just touching the controller. Something ain't right. But anyway, she said a month before he got out, they got into an argument or whatever, and he ended up flushing his wedding ring down the drain. I said, what? Down the toilet or whatever. I said, who does that because they mad? So, of course, that hurt her feelings, too. She trying on dresses. The last dress that she tried on looked really nice on her and stuff, but she was kind of nervous. She don't even really want to say that's her dress, because she don't know how he gonna act, you know, from this point forward or whatever. But, you know, she's still on her wedding. Her friend is worried that they won't make it. And basically Courtney wants him to prove himself. And then we had like a little scene of her telling us about crooked CEOs. Like, we ain't know they was crooked, but whatever. Or there are some crooked CEOs. Let's move on to Britney and Ray. So they ain't really had too much neither. Britney and Ray. So it picked up where it left off last time, where she at the halfway house picking up Ray or whatever, and the grandma pop up. So she running over there, Miss Sue, I didn't know you was coming. She was like, I didn't know I was coming till I came, girl, you know. But he don't know I'm here either. He don't know I'm here. And so then Miss Sue, I like her. She ain't with the shits, okay? She like, first of all, I don't need no permission or no invite to come see my grandson. Like, that's my grandson or whatever. So she tells her, she asking Britney, like, well, y'all want to have some alone time? I bet. She was like, yeah, you know, I'm just excited for him to get out. You know, I'm just excited and stuff. So then Ray, he following the law to the T, child. He don't want to jaywalk. He don't to not, because he walked all the way to the crosswalk and crossed over or whatever. They kissing and stuff like that. The grandmom hug and you know, hug him and stuff. And Brittany like, well, you going with me or you going with your grandma? He was like, I'm going with you, of course. So she was like, all right, baby, all right. So the grandma was like, okay. So the grandma basically telling us like, look, I'm going to have my eye on them. I don't care if they like it or not. That's my grandson, and I don't know her intentions with him. She just met him on some prison website or whatever. I don't know what she planned to do with my grandson, so I'm going to be watching her like a hawk. I said, I know that's right, Miss Sue, because Brittany, I don't know. Something a little off with her. But they get to the house. He loved the house, of course. She give him a little tour. They in the bedroom. It was like this awkward silence or whatever. I'm sure they probably wanted to do something or whatever, but the cameras was there, so they was kind of like, so he was like, well, take me back to the kitchen, cause I'm hungry or whatever. So she was like, all right, I'm gonna feed him. I'm gonna feed him and fuck him, girl. I'm gonna feed him and fuck him, show him right or whatever like that. I was like, girl. So she made him some little breakfast, and then they took some strawberries back to the room to bow chicky wow wow. And that was pretty much it. Let me make sure. Yeah, that was it. But Brittany gonna have a time with Miss Sue, because Miss Sue is not playing. Oh, and he told us that he ain't had sex with no. He said he had sex with a woman in 3.5 years. And something made me think that he might be bi because of the way he said it. And then it was like a pause, because he was like, I had sex with a woman in 3.5 years. It was like this weird pause. So I was like, is he trying to tell us something? What did y'all think? Was it just me? I just picked that up, or what y'all thought? Y'all let me know down there in them comments. Anyway, let's get on to Anissa and Jeff. So she talking about something. She want to get a tan because she a little pale all over her body, and she don't want him to see her pale as a ghost or whatever like that. So she finally getting them. I was like, if he gonna show, is she gonna show up? Because she finally getting him from the halfway house. And I was worried the whole time, like, maybe he not going to show up. But he did. He showed up to the car with his little bags and stuff. And, he was ready to go home. Child, they get in their car. She started talking about the wedding flowers. I want purple lilies and purple tulips, with the little thing in the middle. And he just like, I was cracking up. I said, he do not want to get married to this woman. But she was like, she all excited about it, whatever. So he tells us in the confessional, like, look, yeah, she is way more excited about getting married than I am or whatever. So I was like, yeah, we could tell, because he was just like, looking out the window the whole time, like, maybe if I just keep nodding my head, she'll shut up. He do not want to get married to this woman. Anyway, at home, child, he's super excited. He like, oh, I like it, baby. I like it. This is real nice. This is real nice. He opened up the fridge. She like, I can have anything I want in here. What? Oh my God, baby. Oh my God. So he excited, child. I said, damn, he must have had it rough, because he was real like geeked about this house. He went to go charge up his ankle bracelet, because he said he got to charge it up and stuff. He got to charge it up at least twice a day or something like that. So she like, well, how much juice you got in that ankle bracelet? He was like, why, what's going on, baby? She was like, well, it's been 11 years. I've been waiting 11 years to get you in my bedroom. And he like, well, shit, you should have just said that when I walked in the door. So he getting all excited. He ripped that damn charge out that damn bracelet so fast. And then he tells us he ain't been with a woman in 37 months. I said, wait a minute, now hold up. Because she said she been waiting for you for 11 years. But 37 months, let me do my math real quick. That's 2 years, because 12, no, that's 3 years, 36. So that's 3 years and a month that he ain't did it with a woman. And she waited 11 years. The math ain't mathing. It ain't mathing up now. Tell us something now. Tell us something, Jeff. So Anissa put it on him, child. He was like, yeah, I'm ready for round 2, 3, 4, 5. But you got to feed me first, baby. Feed me first. So they talking about the amazing night they had. She said, I'm a lady. I don't discuss those things, but just say it was good. It was worth the wait. And then so they in the bed. He's got all these women tattooed on his arm and stuff that he just, slept with, was in a relationship with or whatever. She was like, well, as long as they get covered up, I don't care. He was like, oh yeah, baby, because your name going, be on there too. So I was like, child, the graveyard of names. Like, why? Just no. Anyway, he says he wants to be faithful to Anissa in the confessional, child. He go outside with his coffee and stuff. She in the house cooking breakfast and stuff. Child, as soon as he said he wanted to be faithful to Anissa, his phone ringing. I said, Jeff. Jeff. So his phone ringing, and the producer was like, "Well, who that?" He was like, this is Christine. You know, this is my ex. You know, she was my first love, and you know, the first girl I ever loved and stuff like that. And you know, she just been calling me all the time because she want to see me. I said, now Jeff, not 2 seconds ago you said you wanted to be faithful to Anissa, but you entertaining Christine on your phone. Something ain't right now, Jeff. And then she come out there with the breakfast and stuff like that. She had like 4 pieces of, I said, she making a sandwich or something because it was stacked high, but whatever, child. Kyle come over. So she tells us that she shares property with Kyle. So he, you know, wanders over to her place, you know, every once in a blue moon. And so she like, you want to plate or whatever. He was like, yeah, of course. You know, that's our daily routine. I get a plate. You get a plate, we eat. So she like, all right, let me go ahead and get you a plate. So she leaves. So then it's just Kyle and Jeff outside. You know, Jeff ain't really feeling Kyle too much. But then Kyle, you know, he light a cigarette and he tells Jeff that he was in his position once before because he was in jail. So we see the mug shot of Kyle. I said, damn, that was Kyle. He lost a lot of weight. So he said that, you know, he was in jail and he knew what the prisoners like to say to women and stuff like that, you know, on the outside to get what they want and stuff. So he know the game. So he asked Jeff, like, what did you do when you got out the first 2 times? He said, look, I was just chasing chicks and getting dope. You know, I was just getting that high. I ain't really care about her, but, you know, I sat down and I felt like, you know, I wanted to love her and I fell in love with her. So I wanted to get out this time and, you know, treat her right or whatever. So, you know, he was real about it. And then he says that, you know, he thinks him and Kyle can be friends, but, you know, he don't know about that too tough right now. And also, he working on the whole keep your friends, what do you say, keep your enemies closer or whatever. So he wants to tell Kyle this big secret. So he keeping this big secret from Anissa, but the secret is bigger than, I'm sorry, y'all, my nose is so itchy. I don't know why it's so itchy. He wants to, it's this big secret, and the secret is bigger than him talking to Christine. So I said, what? So he about to drop the tea to Kyle, but then of course they go off to commercial and we ain't gonna know what the secret is. I said, So I wonder if he married to somebody and that's the big secret. Maybe that's why he don't really want to get married to Anissa because he already married or something like that. Oh, and also he told her while they was in the car, he was saying like, well, we gotta sit down and write a letter to somebody so we could get married because they might not even approve our marriage. I said, Jeff, I ain't never heard no shit like that. And I've been watching 3 seasons and 1,500 episodes of Married at First Sight. Love After Lockup. And I ain't never heard that you gotta write a letter to somebody to get married. Really, Jeff, that's why I think he married to somebody else. I feel like he married to somebody else, and that's why he's trying to delay it. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about them too. Let's go on to Stan and Lisa. Stan, don't call me. Don't call me, Stan, unless you want some medication, because something ain't right with you, Stan. Something ain't right with you, Stan. Something ain't right with you, Stan. You go from 0 to 100 real quick if you ain't getting no pleasure. Okay, if you ain't bow chicky wow, you go from 0 to 100. Don't call me Stan. Like, you could call me for medical reasons only, but other than that, don't call me, because something ain't right with Stan. Something ain't right with Stan. He is good for entertainment, but not for nothing else, child. Nothing else. Because he real stingy with his money, and he 0 to 100. Like, he be going too far. Anyway, we see them still at the restaurant, child. he ready to leave. He ready to get out of there. He want a little privacy with his boo thing. He said he just want to talk and cuddle. I said, really saying talk and cuddle. That ain't what you want. But she said, well, all right, well, we can go, talk some more and, just have a deep conversation. He was like, oh, okay, oh, okay. She tells us, well, you know what, Stan owe me some money. He owed me money for this hotel room. He owed me money for this jacked up weave. He owed me money for clothes. He owe me money. So we going to talk. We going to have a discussion. It may not be the discussion he want to talk about, but we going to talk. So they get to the they in the car and stuff like that, and she laying down her list of whatever, child. So basically she like, look, if my sugar daddy don't want to give me some damn sugar, then he got to kick rocks or whatever. So they in the car. He said, well, I apologize because I said some stupid shit and I apologize and stuff like that. And she like, oh, okay, well, because you just be, popping off so much. So maybe I just need my own place, And he was like, but you said you was going, live with me or whatever. She was like, yeah, I know. But maybe I just need my own space for about 4 to 6 months or whatever. And, I need some clothes. And then we discussed me getting a car. So I need a car or whatever like that. He like, a car? She was like, yeah, because you just said you was going to give me $5,000 for a car. He was like, but you don't even got no license. So she was like, don't worry about that. I'll figure it out. He was like, so you want to go back to jail because you ain't got no license? That's what you want to figure out? So I was cracking up because that shit was funny. It was funny. But, she was like, well, I mean, that's what I want to do. He was like, all right, whatever. I'll give you $5,000 so you can go to jail. And she was like, here he go with this shit. So he not happy. He's saying she putting all these demands on him and all this other stuff. Like, who is this woman? This ain't the Lisa that I met before she went to jail and who I talked to while she was in jail or whatever. She was like, look, I got a goal and I'm just trying to meet my goals. He was like, so what's your goal? Breaking the law? I was cracking up. Anyway, cops get behind Stan. So I said, Stan, you talking about somebody breaking the law, but the cops pulling you over. Oh, okay. So he get pulled over. She freaking out because, she been pulled over. She said she got about 15 felonies and most of them is for drugs or whatever. So she flipping out because she got PTSD for red and blue lights. He just like, all right, relax. And she tripping, her anxiety on 1,000. The cop come over. He like, well, why you pulling me over and stuff? He was like, because you ran a red light. He was like, oh, okay. So they, get the information and stuff like that. And, the cop let him off with a warning or whatever. She's still freaking out in the passenger seat. And she like, he not even trying to see how I'm feeling. He just worried about his pristine driving record or whatever. Because he talking about something. He ain't had no ticket in a long time, yada, yada, yada. So the cop leave, they drive back to the house. So he like, well, I just got off with a warning because, he checked my record and it was clean or whatever. So this could happen to you if you get a car or whatever. She was just like, Again, she got anxiety. He like, well, we can just get in the house and have a little private time or whatever. And, just come in the house and, I want to cuddle and stuff. Her anxiety is like up here, okay? He not taking that into account. He just want to go upstairs and fuck, basically. And she like, no, I don't want to cuddle with you. I'm anxious or whatever like that. Like, no, that's not what's going to happen. Child, he start fussing. She get pissed off. They outside on the porch or whatever. She was just like talking to him. I guess she was talking with her hands or whatever. He told me, come on now. Come on. Back up with that. Back up with that. Don't try to hit me. I said, hit you? Oh, Stan, you want some dumb shit. So she like, ain't nobody trying to hit you. All right, whatever. He like, well, you ain't got to come in the house. You ain't got to come in the house. You could just get the F out. So he go crazy Stan again. And this time he's sober. So I said, Lord have mercy. She like, look, see, no. Child, next thing, because she trying to calm herself down because she like, I'm getting upset. He opened up the door and threw her trash bag of clothes out on the porch. She was like, well, you could just get out or whatever. I said, what in the world? And he talking about something, she was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. She said something about a car. He was like, well, you the one who want a car and you ain't got no driver's license or whatever. She was like, what did you talk about? Like, you want to go? He was like, at least I got a car. I said, this fool, he do too much. So, of course, she pissed off. She like, well, look, I'm leaving. I'm going to go back to the hotel room. He is just going off on his crazy ass stand shit. I don't need to be dealing with this 65-year-old lunatic. Like, I'm out of here. She walking down the street. She like, look, he's free, ladies. You got a free millionaire. He in the house talking about something. She just not nice to me. Like, she put all these demands on me. She be wanting all this stuff from me. You see how she treats me. I said, Stan. You got to do better. Now, you know that girl was nervous and her anxiety was high as hell. You could have at least had calmed her down, gave her some wine, sat down, talked to her. You could have did better in that situation, Stan. I was really disappointed in you because all you want to do is bow chickie wow wow. And again, Lisa, you should have just said, all right, boo. We going bow chickie wow wow. Let's go in the basement. She should have strapped him in that straitjacket and walked out. That's what I would have did. I mean, shoot. That's what I would have did. Like, because he acted up. He need to be tied up and restrained for a little bit. Anyway, let's see. Let me make sure I did everybody. We did Courtney, 1, 2. How many people we saw today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I was making sure. All right, so child, Deontay and Nicole. You know what? I got to give it to Deontay. He may look dumb. But he be standing up for himself. Like, he do stand up for himself. And he do take her back. However, he do be standing up for himself. And he be letting her know he ain't with the bullshit. She don't be really caring too much. But he do stand up for himself. So I do got to give it to him for that. I mean, but we know he... Child, anyway, so they at his house. So they going to his house. She all dressed up and stuff like that because she meeting his mama. So she like, well, I ain't know what to wear, because I don't, I didn't know what to wear, but I hope she likes. He was like, baby, you look good, baby, you look good. So then she tells us that they just spent every day together. So she been out for a week. They done spent every day together since she got out or whatever like that. But she's still not ready to sleep with him. So she tells him, like, look, if your mama don't like me, then I don't know, but I won't be seeing her again if she don't like me. He looking like, what? So he trying to, cook the pot and stuff, and he just shaking his head, stuff like that, talking about something. He want them to bond, because he want the white picket fence, he want the wifey, the kids, all that other stuff, and he want his mama and his girl to, have a good relationship or whatever like that. But Nicole ain't that type of chick. So he wants them to develop a relationship or whatever like that. Child, they in the kitchen cooking. She like, okay, baby, so I got this information for my boobs and stuff like that. So here go my information right here. Here go the price list right here or whatever like that. He was like, oh, God, baby, that's a lot. That's a lot, baby. That's a lot. She was like, yeah, I know, but it's actually a good price or whatever because I thought it was going to be $8,000, but it's really just $6,000. He like, yeah, but that's a lot of money. But, anything to make you happy. Anything to make you happy. If I got to put in extra hours at work, not pay my rent or not pay my bills to get you your boobs and make you happy, then I'm all for it. I said, no. Then you want to be back living with your mama. No, Deontay, didn't you learn the first time, child? But anyway, she like, all right. She like, oh, you know what? It's Tia's birthday. Let me go ahead and text her and call her up and wish her happy birthday. He like, you wishing the girl you slept with a happy birthday? She like, yeah, it's her birthday though. She my friend. I'm gonna wish her happy birthday. So she go call up Tia. She go into his bedroom. Child, why she do that? She go into his bedroom and he following her. She like, oh my God, can I get a little privacy? I just want to talk to my friend or whatever like that. I just want to talk to her. He was like, but you in my house on the phone I pay for, and you want to talk to your ex-girlfriend. No, She like, oh my God, I just want to have a little privacy. So she closed the door, he leave out. He mad or whatever, child. But she on the phone. She like, oh my God, he just walked in here, following behind me and stuff like that. I don't even understand. I just want to talk to you and whatever like that. He just like, come get me. I need you to come pick me up because I don't even want to be in here like that. And then y'all gonna meet his mama. And he like, what? What the fuck she say? So he in the kitchen. The apartment ain't big. She loud. So he like, what the fuck she say? So he's standing outside the door. She goes snooping around the room. She find little Nicole Jr. Child, why she do that? Oh my God, what is this? What is this? Oh my God, this is so disgusting. disgusting. Like, oh my God, he is so nasty. Like, why would he even have that in here? Oh my God, like, I don't even want to be here or whatever. Child. She talking mad shit about this man. Talking mad shit. He knocked on his own bedroom door, slammed and opened up the door. She was like, all right, I talk to you later. I talk to you later. She like, what the hell is this? Throwing the toy at him. He was like, no, this ain't about me. You were saying all that shit. You want to leave? You don't even want to be here. That ain't even what I said. What is you talking about? I heard you talking about that's disgusting. And why would I do that? And all this other stuff. Like, that wasn't what you talking about. I heard you, whatever. Come on, Deontay. What is you talking about? That's not even, I had wanted to leave because I found it and stuff. That's not even what I was uncomfortable. What is you talking about? Were you trying to play me? That's what you trying to do? You trying to play me or whatever like that? You could just get the F out of here, because what we ain't gonna do, like, he going off, okay? He is going OFF off, okay? So she just like, is you done or is you finished? Like, this man going off. Like, if he was white, he would be beat red. That's how he was going off, child. And she was just like, I don't want to argue with you, Deontay. Like, we not going to do that. This is stupid. He was like, all right, you know. She was like, so what we going to do? He was like, you know, like, we going to make this work because I love you or whatever. But you ain't going to talk about me like that. She was like, all right, you want to be here? I was cracking up. I say I need her demeanor because I'd have been popping off back. She was just like, whatever. Like, let's get a beer. He was like, I need a beer because you be having me stressed out and I don't like arguing with you or whatever. That it be taking me somewhere. She was like, okay, so why are we still talking about it? Like, why are we still talking about it? And you know, my mama on her way. Yeah, I know. So, like, why are we still talking about it? So then his mama come. Child, they say hello to each other, whatever like that. And the mama, Nika, she like, this just another white woman, a white blind stripper type. That's his type. That's what he like or whatever. Child, the mom just staring at her like, she like, well, you know, I really love your son, you know, like, I just love him. And, you know, I'm not going anywhere or nothing like that because I love Deontay. She like, what you love about my son? You love my son? What you love about my son? Like, she ain't smart or nothing. She like, well, you know, he a gentleman. Like, you raised a good boy. Like, you raised a good man or whatever like that. He's a gentleman. I know who I raised. Why you want to talk to him? So she was like, well, you know, this who I want. And so he like, well, mama, you know, this is what I want, you know, and I'm a grown man. And like, if you don't accept her, then you don't accept me. What we not finna do? Because she was looking at him like she was side-eyeing him the whole time. I'm like, really? So when he said, you're not going to accept her, you're not going to accept me, she was like, no, what we not finna do is that. You're not going to tell me who I'm going to accept and who I'm not going to accept. You my son. I can do whatever I want to do. So he was like, all right, ma, all right, whatever, you know. She was like, look, I understand how you upset because I remind you of Chelsea, but I'm not Chelsea. I don't, like, he gives me things and stuff like that, but he don't give me as much as he gave her and stuff. And then they put the side by side of her and Chelsea. I said, if they couldn't be twins, child, the mama just like, and so Deontay like, well, look, you know, I'm paranoid, you know, because, you know, it ain't my fault that I'm paranoid. It like the same stuff happening over again. I'm paranoid and stuff like that. And mama like, well, you couldn't be that paranoid and you signed up on the site again. He like, mama, whose side you on? Like, whose side you on? She like, He like, well, you know, like, you been out for a week and you ain't stayed the night at my house at no time or whatever like that. And like, stop the bus. Hold up. He ain't stay the night at your house. She ain't stay the night at your house. What? Like women like sex just the same as much as men do. So what you mean you been in jail for 4 years and you ain't slept with my son? Like, she was like, but you know, I'm just scared. You wasn't scared to ask him for money. And so she was like, but you know, I'm just scared and stuff, you know, and he just gives me the like, for Jesus, what she say, for Christ's sakes, he's sleeping with a blow-up doll. Cracking up. I died 10 times when she said that. I said, oh shit, no she didn't get, no she didn't blow up his spot. Y'all, I died. Oh God, I died. So anyway, they in the car. Deontay and Nicole. He's taking her back to the house because of course she ain't staying the night. He was like, well, I think my mama like you. I think she like me. She like, that dinner was rough, but he wanted it, so I did. What I wanted to. So he, of course, wanted her to stay with him, but she just not. So she they get to her house or whatever like that, and she tells us she when she was in jail and he was talking about sex, she wanted it in jail, but then when she got out, he keeps talking about it all the time, every day. It's like pressure, and she not with it or whatever like that. So they get to the car. He want to walk her to the door or whatever, like he always do. She like, no, because my mama probably sleep. Ain't no need for you to come up. And then the dog's going to start barking. And then they going to wake my mama up. So I'm just not with it. And I don't feel like hearing her complain. So no, that's okay. He was like, okay. So they kiss in the car. So I said, girl, you could have came up with a better excuse, because ain't the dogs going to bark when you come up to the porch too? Like, they don't know who outside. Dogs gonna bark because that's what they do. They just bark. So anyway, she get up there on the porch. He in the car. So he like, I done dropped her off every day for a week, and not one time did Nicole ever sit on that porch. So he was like, something in me was telling me, turn that car back around. So he turns the car back around. He parks a few cars down, turns his lights off, and he just sitting there. Child, she on the porch smoking and texting on her phone. A car pull up. He said, I know this ain't what I think it is. I know this ain't what I think it is. Child, she walking down to the car. She getting in the car, and he pulled up and was like, the fuck you doing, Nicole? I was like, oh. Oh. So we saw it was a guy. So it probably was Zach picking her up. But I said, oh, girl, you done got caught. I said, you can't even play the game right. You should at least went in the house. Like, why would you sit on the porch? You know he gonna be suspicious. You know the man already said he paranoid. Like, girl, you can't even play the game right. I said, this is not gonna end well for Nicole. And we saw in the clips that he was throwing her stuff out the back of his trunk. I said, this about to be a hot mess. Well, anyway, y'all, what y'all thought about Deontay and Nicole? Because, child, that was the best part of the episode. That was the best part of the episode. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about these couples that they showed on Friday night. Again, I'm sorry about the delay, but I just took the weekend to myself. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all felt down there in them comments. If y'all ended up liking this recap review, don't forget to hit me with the thumbs up button. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.